Welcome to this tutorial, Brent Thompson Presents, and in this tutorial we're going to get a seagull and cut it out of the sky. We're going to create a cutout, and then we're going to bring it into a photograph, which is a seascape, and we're going to put the seagull on the sea, and we're going to try and create some sort of a realistic composite. Here we go then. With Photoshop already open, we're going to go into File, Open, Open As, and down here we've got the seagull. As you can see, it's on a blue background, so we're going to click on that, highlight it, highlight Camera Raw, and we're going to open it. And we're going to bring it in. As you can see, the seagull here is on a vivid blue sky, and the blue sky shining through its tail and its wings and everything. It probably wouldn't be suitable. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and remove all this blue background. Well, the first thing we could do, we could go into the hue, saturation, and luminance, and we could convert it to black and white. Yeah, all the blue's gone, but so is all the colour and everything else. And we want the legs, we want the orange legs, we want the beak colour, etc. So that's no good. So we just need to remove the blue. So we're going to go into the saturation there, and we're going to pull the blue down nearly all the way till we see it doesn't affect the picture. As you can see, yeah, I think that's just nice. Yep, I think that's okay. We might just bring them legs up a little bit orange actually while we're here. So just get a bit of orange, and you can see the legs. I'll just pull that up a little bit. Go into luminance. I just might make that a little bit brighter. Yep, I think that's okay. So now we've removed the blue background. Well, we've removed the blue out of the background. We've given the legs a little bit of colour, and we're ready for bringing it into Photoshop. So here we go. Comes into Photoshop. Here we are. We're in Photoshop now. So I need to cut that out, ready to bring into my next photograph. But before we do that, what to do here is I've got to go onto this, what says the background layer here, right mouse button, click, and duplicate the layer. So we're going to duplicate the layer. So we've got a copy of the background layer. Now we can go ahead and we can cut this background out. So if I go into this magic tool here, and I click on the background here, in this corner I think, let's have a look. Yep, we've got a pretty good cut out there, just a little bit more to remove down here. So if I go over to my, my up key, and while I'm in the area, press the up key, and you'll notice that the magic tool has a plus key. So I'll click in that area, and it should add that area. Yeah, that's pretty okay. So now we've got that like that, I can now go into Image, Edit, and Cut. So now if we'll look over this area here now, and if I just turn off the background layer now, you'll see that that's a pretty convincing cutout. You could spend more time on this, but this is just simply for the tutorial purposes. And if you grab your grab tool and just pull the seagull about, you see it's reasonably clean. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to bring the seascape in here now. So we're going to go into File, Open, and we're going to come down here, and then we've got a wave against the blue background. So we're going to click on the wave and bring that in. So that's the wave in. So all we need to do now is to bring the seagull and bring it in there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go back onto the seagull, and we're going to pull him down a little bit so he detaches from the top. Move him over a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Now make sure this tab here, this move tool is tab down, this one here is click down. Put it over the seagull. When you're over the seagull, press the left mouse button, drag him over, pull him over to there, and he may be large, but he'll be there. Here he goes. So I can now just minimise that or put that out of the way. So on that layer there, the background copy now, that's the seagull. We can grab him, move him about, but what we need to reduce the size of him. So while he's on there now, if we go into Edit and go into Freeform, you'll see these bounding bars. If you just pull the bounding bars down, and grab him, move him about, bars about. Let's make him some sort of convincing size. Convince it, and if we go over to, I'm just pull him there. Yeah, I think that looks something like so. Now we can grab him and put him, let's just say we put him on maybe the rule of the 2/3, or even maybe up here. Yeah, we're making a bit smaller. Do you want to see maybe the tip of that? So wherever you think yeah, I think that's pretty convincing. Probably somewhere like there. Just pull him down a little bit. And if you move down the outer side of it, you'll see these arrows, and as you hold it, he'll tip. So you can get him in some pretty convincing. Maybe be flying at that angle, would he be? So put him up there maybe. Yep, I think that's about it. So what we've done now, we've cut him out, we've brought him in, we've free transformed him down to size, and now we've put him on top of the picture, and we're ready for, we'll click on here, this move tool, and I'll say apply, and now he's on there. So what we've got him there, we can now move him about anywhere we like, put him where we like, maybe, I don't know what you think, maybe that, yeah. You tell me in the comments what you think, but we're going to put him up there for now. So now what we need to do now is we need to fix him, we need to hold him in the picture. So we've got the background layer there. I'm going to hold the control key and highlight the bottom background layer there. Right mouse button click, and then we're going to flatten the layers. And that'll fix him in position. So he's now one picture, and there he goes. So what we've done now, we've created a composite. We've brought the seagull into Camera Raw. We've reduced the blue to stop it shining through the wingtips and the tail feathers. We've increased the orange, we've increased the luminous to make him a little bit more brighter orange, and then we've brought him into Photoshop, we've dropped him on, we've free transformed him, moved him about, and we've created a composite. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put a little frame around this now, so we're going to go into Image, down to Canvas Size, and you're presented with this canvas size box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little tiny black line all the way around it. But before I do that, I'm just going to cancel that. Before I do that, I'm just going to click on this area here, and let's just say make it light grey, so we can actually see what we're doing. So now we can actually see the picture on the border. I'm going to do Image, down to Canvas Size, and in here I'm going to reduce that to a millimetre into millimetres. Make that 1 millimetre. 1 millimetre. The background colour is already black from default from last time, so I'm going to click OK, and then we'll confirm that, and that should put a little black box, a little confirmation black line all the way around there. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to put another white box around there, so Image, Canvas Size, and this time centimetre. I'm going to keep it to centimetres. I'm going to put it to 1 centimetre. 1 centimetre. Then press the 1 key, 1 centimetre. And we want a white one, so we're going to pick the colour picker. And as you can see, if it was to go over here, it would pick a colour over here. But we're gonna right into the corner, right to the top corner there, and that picks pure white. So we're going to pick OK. And as you can see, it's going to put a box around it of white. So we press OK, and that'll confirm. That'll put a little box around it. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to pick a background colour of this blue and put a fine faint line around there as well. So we're going to go into Image, Canvas Size, drop that back to millimetres. Put that to 0.025. No, I'm going to put that 1 millimetre. Let's put a 1 millimetre, 1 millimetre, 1 millimetre. Get the colour picker, but this time instead of going to this area or anywhere down here, we're going to go into the picture. I'm going to pick a prominent colour, and I think that area there is a nice colour. So if I click on it, you'll actually see as I move it about, you'll see in this area here. This is the area actually you pick it on. So if we move about, we find a colour we think appropriate. We could even go there. But I think about there. Something like that looks quite good, I think. So I'm going to click on there, confirm that, press OK, and there we've got a little blue line around there, little blue line all the way around there. Now I'm going to put another white box around here again, so we're going to go into Image, Canvas Size, centimetres, and this time I'm going to go 3 centimetres. So I'm going to go 3, 3, and this time I'm going to get the colour picker, go all the way up to white, confirm that, press OK, and there we've got a nice 3 centimetre border. And I'm just going to reduce this by pressing Control and minus. Only this time I'm going to put a larger border down the bottom here where we could possibly put some writing on. So I'm going to go into Image, Canvas Size. We're presented with this box again, but if I just click that top arrow there, you'll see it leaves a space down here, and that's where we're going to put another border on. So we're going to go to just the height this time. I'm going to go 6 centimetres, pick white again, confirm it's in white, press the OK, and then we've got a box we can pop some writing on if we want to do. And then I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and I'm going to put a faint line around here in case if we put this onto Facebook, it's on a white background, you'll struggle to see the edge of the photograph. So we're going to go millimetres, put a little tiny faint line around like 0.25, so it's a 1/4 of a millimetre. So that's 0.25, 0.25, and we're going to pick the colour picker, and this time I think we're going to go for black. So we'll go down here for black, Press OK, confirm it. OK, now that'll put a little black line around there. Now we could title this, and we're going to call it, we're going to go into the pick your text tool. I'm going to come across here, and I'm just going to drag it across there and drag it down there. So that's our text area now. At the moment the text size is 48. I'm just going to put in here Brent Thompson Presents, and that's in white. So if we go back into highlight it all, pick the colour, I'm going to go in this colour checker, and I'm going to pick that colour there, I think, and put it in blue. Confirm that. OK. And then if we go back into the tool, into the text area here, and double click it, we can actually go into the tool to make it 72. If we don't think that's big enough, we can highlight it again, and we can type our own in. Let's just say, let's put 120, and that will put it something like a reasonable size. Now we can get up and down arrow keys while I move tool. If we highlight the text layer here, and we make sure the move tool is pressed, and we do our up and down tools, you can move your down, up, down, like that. So we'll find somewhere in the middle, and when we're happy with that, we'll just confirm that. And what we're going to do now, we're going to, with the text tool highlighted and the background tool highlighted, press Control, and they're both highlighted. Right mouse button click, flatten the image, or flatten the layer, and it's all now one picture. So that's what we've done. Let's just sum up what we did. We brought in the seagull into Camera Raw. We reduced the blue to stop the blue shining through the edge of the tail feathers. We then brought it into Photoshop. We cut it out. We brought the wave in. We free transformed the seagull. We dragged it over onto the wave picture. We free transformed it to a reasonable size. We moved the seagull around a little bit, try and make it a little bit convincing. And then once we'd done that, we did some borders. We did 1 or 2 little borders, did a large border on the bottom, put some titling on here, and now we're ready to save our picture. So I'm going to go into File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG. I'm going to save it on my desktop. I'm going to call this one Brent Thompson Presents, or whatever your title was. And then we're going to go save, and it's going to offer this box up, this JPEG option. Now I'm going to save it as a large JPEG. I've got quite a large hard drive on here, and size is not an issue on this computer. But if you wanted it really small, maybe you was going to save it and send it to your phone, tiny file like that's on 121 kilobytes. Large file in this case at the moment is 1.5 megabytes. That's a reasonable size. So I'm going to go confirm that and save that to the desktop. And if I just minimize that and come to my desktop and have a look on here, if I just right mouse button click on there, and I just go down to properties, and as you can see, we saved it. It's a 1.5 megabyte file, and it's a JPEG. So that's okay. Everything's okay. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Feel free to comment, leave some comments in the box, and if there's anything else you'd like a tutorial on, you think we can help you, feel free. Thank you for watching. Thank you.